everyone, Coffee and Colouring here, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video I'm going to be showing you my June 2022 completed pages. So I managed to complete 26 pages in total, and I completed them from 10 different books. So I definitely thought I was going to get a lot more done than I did for June, but the first half of the month I was pretty much really sick. I took a week and a half off work and I was just super exhausted. All I could do was sleep and take Panadol and just rest, really. That's all I could do. I had no energy whatsoever. And I'm pretty sure it was COVID, but there's also a flu going around that has very similar symptoms, and some people are saying it's worse than COVID. But when I've had COVID once and it felt exactly the same, and I wasn't able to get my hands on a test to find out, but yeah, I still took the time off because it was definitely needed. So yeah, that's kind of the first half of the month. So I think I only had 2 pages done at that point. But then there was one book, which you will see later, that kind of just was my book for the month. You know how you have that it book in certain months where it's just you color so much from it and it's just like your favorite book for the month? I had one of those, so you guys will see that soon. I only have one non-color by number, so I was doing really well with coloring more in pencil last month, but I think because I got sick it kind of ruined it for me, so I only did one, yeah, because it was relaxing to do the color by numbers and a lot easier. Sorry, I'm just trying to fix that. So Chibi Girls 4 books in 1 by Jade Summer. Of course I did a buddy colour with Sarah from Chronic Colouring Down Under, and we chose this page, The Little Magician. So I used Olite brush markers and regular Olite markers, Ohuhu markers, a Sakura jelly roll, and stickles, which it had been a while since I used stickles. Just fixed the lighting because I forgot to turn it on. So yeah, this is the page I did, and the stickles are just on the little bow tie there. And yeah, I did have a lot of fun doing this one. So I chose 2 pages. There was this one and the girl playing golf, and I sent them to Sarah and she selected the magician page. So yeah, we kind of both tag teamed choosing the page somewhat, and yeah, pretty happy with it. I used my Sakura white jelly roll for highlights here on the hair and for the hat, and I made a bad decision of making one of the bunnies a dark grey or black, and you couldn't really see him, so I outlined his face with white. But yeah, that one was fun. And I'll pop Sarah's here on the left side so you can see hers. Our girls actually look pretty similar, so yeah, they're similar colours and everything. Sarah's looks really awesome. I like how she changed the curtain colour as well, because I don't know, my brain automatically always tries to make curtains red. So yeah, that's cool, very cool to see. So that's that one, and thank you so much, Sarah, for buddy colouring with me. So now into my dots, lines and spirals books. The first one is my beloved The Vampire Diaries dots, lines and spirals book. I always just use Sharpie Ultra Fines in this, so I just chose a random spiral I hadn't completed, and it was this one. So this is Caroline Forbes, but I'm pretty sure all the pictures in here are like headshots of like the actors and actresses, like it's not actually from the show itself, but I'm gonna call them their character names just because it is a Vampire Diaries book. So yeah, that was that one. Really fun to do. And then I just did the next lines one after that because I love the lines ones, and I got Damon Salvatore. And it turned out amazing. Like, look how awesome that is. You can definitely see it through the camera. You can see it in person. It's awesome. Definitely took, I think a few sittings. It was probably 3 or 4 times I sat down and, yeah, did this page. So, yeah, I enjoy doing, since I did, my Scooby-Doo Dots, Lines and Spirals book, and Waves book, I wasn't too big of a fan on the dots as much. It's just I like the spirals and the lines more. But that book made me enjoy the dots a lot more, so that's good, because it used to be kind of hard to sit through and get the dots done, but now I actually feel like doing them, so I might do some dotted ones next month. But I definitely love the lines ones a lot more just because of how clear you can see the image. So those are the pages I did in that. I'm so sorry, I cannot remember who this is by, but if you search the Vampire Diaries Dots, Lines and Spirals book, this will pop up. Next is a new book to me. I got it this month. It is 50 Famous Cartoon Characters coloring book, and I thought it was funny. I only noticed this like yesterday or the day before, but it says dots, lines and spirals, but because there's only spirals in here, it's crossed out the dots and lines and just has spirals. I thought that was funny. This is by Artistry Cutter, and near when this came out, somewhere in 2021 obviously, is when I added it to my wish list, and it was a blind buy. I just randomly added it. It looked good enough from the cover. I think there was maybe one person's review with a picture, and yeah, it looked good, so I decided I'm just going to go in and buy it finally, because I've been really loving my books that are like this. So I just did the first page. Now you can already tell who the character's going to be in this one. So I did this one, and it was Bugs Bunny. Had a lot of fun doing that. So I used my Sakura Micron fine liners, and I used a 005 fine liner, really small one, and then a thicker one when I got to the thick bits, and a Sakura Jelly Roll in white, just to clean up anything, because this book definitely has the smallest lines I've seen in a spiral book. I'll show you on an uncolored one so you can see how thin the area is. Just there, that very outside line. Like, it almost looks like it's filled in, but it's not. There's a tiny little gap. And trust me, I considered maybe I can just color the character and not worry about the background, but I feel like that will make me fail at coloring the image, because these definitely help as a guideline by following it so you don't color the wrong area by accident. And it just, for me, it feels more like an accomplishment to finish the whole thing, and it's the process of coloring it too that's really fun. So that's why instead of using my Sharpie Ultra Fines as usual, I went with a really small fine liner, and it was really hard. This book probably isn't for everybody because of those teeny tiny lines, and you have to have a very steady hand and try and just do all of the line work there. But like I said, if I did a really big mistake, I would just use my white Sakura Jelly Roll to go over it and like clean it up. So yeah, this one you can see that it's going to be Homer Simpson, because they're cartoon characters. You can see from the thick lines who they're going to be. There's Finn and Jake. I'm excited to do that one. I love Adventure Time. So yeah, we got a variety in here. But yeah, even though the lines are super thin and it takes a bit of concentration for the thinner lines, I really enjoyed this book. I had so much fun and I love the results. Like I said, it's probably not for everybody because the lines are so tiny, but it definitely doesn't bother me. I thought it would bother me a lot more, but because it was so fun, and I think having the thinner lines makes the actual image stand out a lot more. And yeah, the line work is really great on this image. So that's that one. Sorry, I feel like I was talking about that one for ages. Okay, so next we have my 70 plus cartoon characters by Jennifer Rowling, and I just continued from where I was at last time when I worked in this book, because I was just started one towards the back and then just kept going in order. So Tigger was the last one that I did, so I did this one, which ended up being a rooster. Really cute one. So I used Ohuhu markers, a black Sharpie for the, the black bits obviously, Olips and the Olip brush markers as well, and the Olip brush marker was only for the light blue background. So yeah, this one's cute. I think it is just a random character. I don't think it's from a show or anything. And it's funny because I did this more towards the beginning of the month, and then last night I completed the next image, so it was my last picture for the month. And it was this one. And it ended up being a tiger. I really love how this one looks. Perfect example of a pixel or square color by number book. Love it. So I used my Sharpies for the black, as always, and my regular Ohuhu markers. So love how this one came out. Did it last night while I was watching the Vampire Diaries. I forgot to say with the Vampire Diaries book, but I am rewatching the Vampire Diaries, and I believe honestly it is like my 4th or 5th time rewatching the whole series. So I'm on season 6 at the moment, so definitely get into my Vampire Diaries kick. It's such a comfort show for me. But yeah, then we have that page there, which I can kind of see it's gonna be Ursula from The Little Mermaid, but I might do that as well. But I definitely want to try do some pages at the beginning of the book, because I have heaps of blanks near the beginning. But yeah, that's that one. Next is my Mystery Mosaic color by number cartoon animals. So I did only one from in this one, and it was this one. This was one that I completed at the beginning of the month as well. So I used regular Ohuhu markers, and then one Olip brush marker, which was the background here, the light blue, and a black Sharpie. So this one came out really nice. I really love these books. They're by Sunny Publishing. I've just ordered all of them, and they keep coming out with new ones now, and they've actually changed the cover art of some of the originals. So, there is a cartoon animals, but it has like more examples on the front. But yeah, you'll see in my coloring book haul I've ordered a couple new ones from them. Really love them. Love their images. They're really fun to do. There's the back. So that's that one. Next is the Chibi Girls one. So I did 2 from in here. This was also at the beginning of the month. So I did this one, and I brought this book to my partner's house as well. So yeah, I brought, I think, this one and my Vampire Diaries one, so I could colour something there. I believe I used just the regular Ohuhu markers on that whole image, and it's really cool. She is on the back here, so that's what it looks like, and then that's how my one turned out. Yeah, really love this. And next I did this page, which was really fun because I actually know the character. It's Sailor Moon, Usagi. So yeah, I thought they were all just random Chibi Girls, but it looks like they also have characters from anime. So yeah, I was really surprised and happy to see this one. I used regular Ohuhu markers and on the other one as well, black Sharpie for the black. My Ohuhu marker is a little streaky on her face because it was drying out a little bit. I don't know if you can see it properly, but yeah, the skin tone's a little bit streaky. But yeah, that one was really fun to do. Love how it looks. I really love this book actually for the pages I have done in here, and I'm excited to do some more. Okay, next is the characters color by number. This is one of my newer books. It is for kids, very stress-free, relaxing, easy color by number book. So I just decided to start from the first page, and I did this one of Baby Bugs Bunny. He looks really cute. So I used Touch 5 markers, or Leap markers, and a white Posca pen because I did highlights and a bit of a shadowing on him. Like I just did like one color darker and like added some shadows like here, and then I also added the white highlights. And the background is meant to be green, but I really didn't want to spend time coloring the whole background and just wasting a marker on a page that's just more of a simple one. You know, it's not meant to look amazing, like it's just meant to be very simple. So I decided I'll still use a green, but I'll put a little circle behind him, kind of like a artistic move just to still have the green in the background but not color the whole thing, which I thought was fun. I might do that for the rest of the images, and I might actually color some of the backgrounds for some of them. But yeah, that was really fun, a nice easy one. Also, I just want to say that even if I don't comment on some of you guys' videos, because I watch a lot of coloring videos, doesn't mean that I'm not watching and keeping up with your channel, because I have been catching up with so many of you guys. There's a couple that I've commented on, but a lot of the time I am in bed and I'm watching your videos on my TV through YouTube. So I just end up, you know, getting really relaxed and just enjoying the videos, and sometimes they autoplay as well if I go to one of your playlists. So yeah, I've been watching a lot of your guys' stuff. I'm so sorry that I'm not more active with commenting. It's just, I just like to enjoy the video, and of course I want to comment and let you guys know what I think of the video and like your awesome, amazing pages, because you're so talented, all of you. But yeah, sometimes I get kind of tired and I'm just really relaxed. So yeah, I'm still here, I'm still watching and loving all of your content. It just, yeah, there's just no comment from me. Just imagine I'm always watching. No, that came out really creepy, but yeah, I am always keeping up with everyone's videos that I'm subscribed to, so just wanted to put that out there. So next is my color by number for kids Colorful Play Volume 1. This book was my book for the month. Can you see all those tabs? I loved it, and it just kind of happened. I'm like, I haven't colored in this in a while. I was excited to get it because it's a very easy square pixel book. And yeah, I started with one at the back actually, which was this one, because I had already done that, and where you see the yellowing, it was yellowed on the other side as well. So I just really wanted to color this one, and it ended up being a rocket ship. So I used my Touch 5 markers, and that was it for this one. I actually made a mistake, so here I went over a little too much, so it made that dark line, so I ended up coloring it, and then I just did it evenly on the other side so it looks more intentional. And you can still see some yellowing on the white patches here, but I don't mind the yellowing because this is just a easy kids book, so that's why I use my Touch 5s in here. But yeah, love how that one turned out. This is one that just gives you the colors at the bottom, and then you can choose any shade of that color. So after that one, I just decided to go in and start from the beginning and go in order. So first we have this one, which I, again, just used my Touch 5 markers. And originally the darker blue was very, like, the first color I put down was very similar to this blue, and I didn't like that, so I went back over it with a darker color. Like it a lot more. And at first I was like, what plants are kind of brown like this? But they kind of look like those plants that you find at, like, is it ponds and lakes? You know, like where the ducks live. I don't know what they're called. I did search it up, but I can't remember what they're called. But that's what they look like. So I did this one, and it's a cactus, which was really fun to do. For the longest time I thought it was going to be a watermelon, but yeah, then I saw there was like a bit of a pot and it looked prickly. So I used my Touch 5 markers, and the light blue is my regular Ohuhu marker. So what's fun with these books, I would love for some more of you to pick this up if you're interested, just because you guys can literally choose any shade you want. So I think it's so fun to see everyone's variations of the same image in different, like, shades. I think that would be really fun. But yeah, this book I was just zooming through. So we did this one, and it is a camera. Again, I just used my Touch 5s for that one. Didn't know what it was for a little while, and then when I got to filling the black, or like the white spaces where the black was meant to be, made me realize it was a camera. So there's that one. Then this one of the toucan. Again, just used Touch 5s. I try and just use up my Touch 5s in this book. I did this one of the girl here. Again, Touch 5s. Didn't know what this was for a little bit, but then when I realized there was a face, of course I could tell it was a girl. The background was meant to be a green, but I thought green would look kind of like, if I used a brighter green like the one here, it would have looked kind of too much green with the purple. I don't know, it didn't really go well for me, so I tried to use a yellowy green, but it ended up being more yellow toned because I was trying to go for a pale green. But oh well, at least, again, it's gonna look different to other people, so that's cool. Then I did this one. So this green background is kind of what I had in mind for this one, but yeah, this one I thought was ice cream for the longest time. I used Touch 5s, and the light green was an Olite brush marker. But as you see, it's a little cupcake. Looks super cute. Then I did this little guy. I really love how he looks. So I used Touch 5s and then 2 Olite brush markers, which was the blues in the background here. Yeah, I love how he looks. He was a fun one to do. Green little monster creature guy. This one I did ages ago. And then this one, I think they're meant to be lollipops. I used my Touch 5s. I started, I think, with the circle parts here in orange and yellow, so I didn't really know what it was. But when I saw there was lines coming from them and like a bit of a bow, it kind of looked like lollipops to me. So that's that one. This one is just a building, an orange building. I don't get why it wasn't grey, but you know, it's probably to have fun and play around with the colours. And this one I used Olite brush markers only. So that's that. Then I did this one, which is the flamingo, and I used Olite brush markers and Touch 5s. I kind of made a mistake here. It was meant to be pink, but when I was doing the green, I accidentally went over it in green and went to colour that bit. So I used a white Posca pen over it and put pink over it, but it didn't really work, so there's just that gap missing there. And this page, just my Olite markers bled a lot, so it's not super neat, but yeah, you can still see what it is, so that's okay. Then we have this one. I didn't know what this was for a while. I just used Touch 5s. Still kind of am not 100% sure, but to me it looks like maybe a pot with just plants coming out of it. It just threw me off because the pot is like yellow and green. But yeah, that's what I think it is. And then there's this one, which I used Touch 5s and then one Ollie brush marker, which was for the yellow. And I actually started with the black here, and I'm like, oh, imagine if, because it's just kind of randomly up here, I'm like, imagine if it spells something. And then when I did it and I was like doing the black down here, I was like, wait, it does spell something. It says police, so surely it's a police car. And then I kind of, you know, looked at the colors that I had and where they were going to be, and then I realized it was a police car, so I kind of just based my colors off of that. But yeah, fun one. I like how it turned out. And here is the last one I did in this book. This is page 14, because I completed 14 images from here. And it's this one of the little house. And I used Ollie brush markers, and then for the light and dark blue, and then the rest of it was Touch 5s. So yeah, and this kind of reminds me of like a little hobbit house or something. It kind of looks like a little witch hat up here, and then it's like a rounded building. I don't know, it just looks like a fantasy house, because of the colors as well. So yeah, this will be the next page I'll be doing. I'm just working in order now. But yeah, that it was just so stress-free, and I just gravitated towards this book. I had so much fun working in it, and I'm definitely going to be super excited if I see this pop up on any of your guys' channels. Yeah, I've seen it pop up a couple times, and I just love seeing it. So that's that book. Next, I had to bring out some of my Disney books that I haven't worked in ages, and I definitely missed working in them. So first is the Animal Carrez Mystères book. You remember a while ago I did the first page in Crayola Super Tips of Jiminy, and I was considering this month for ages going over the whole lot in Prismacolor pencils, which I still might do. But for the time being, I wanted to try working just strictly with Crayola Super Tips again for the next page here, so I did this one. And it's Figaro from Pinocchio. So yeah, I used Crayola Super Tips and black Posca pen for the black. And I thought I did pretty well with my Crayola Super Tips for the actual cat himself. It looks pretty blended, and I tried a new technique that I've seen a couple of people do here on YouTube, where you color each individual square, like every little square you color individually, because I kind of like the look of it, and because it's in the background, and it's easier to not have it so streaky like this. So yeah, I actually kind of like it, and I really like how Figaro turned out. So yeah, I kind of don't want to go over him. I might go over the whole background in Prismacolor and leave him. And then the Jiminy one I'll probably go over in my Prismacolors, just when I have the time and in the right mood for it. Because I think going forward in the future in this book, I might do a base of Crayola Super Tips and go over in Prismacolor pencils, because I just want a smooth finish. So yeah, that's that one. I was very happy to get one done in this book, because I hadn't worked in it in a while, and I really love these books, and I love seeing other people working these as well. So now we're on to the final book. I saved one of the best for last, because we all love these Hatchet Heroes books. It's my Le Grand Classics Tome 4. There's 2 tabs, but one I marked because I selected a random page. Don't know what it's going to be, but I plan on working on it this month, hopefully. It's July 1st when I'm filming this, so happy 1st of July, everyone. So I worked on this page. So it's Leroy from Lilo and Stitch. I used a black Posca pen as always for the outline. Crayola Super Tips as a base, Prismacolor pencils over the top of that, white Posca for the antennas here because I accidentally went over them. So I just drew them back in, and then I, at the end, sprayed it with a fixative spray. So that's my routine for when I use pencils in these books. As you saw, I think it was a few months ago, I was trying acrylic paint in these books, and I really love how it looks, but I feel like I gravitate towards colored pencils because it's a bit easier to just get out and start coloring. The acrylic paint, I love the look of so much, but it just takes a little bit more time and effort, and then you have to mix all the paints. So I think I definitely will be doing a lot of these still with pencil, and it's just relaxing. It reminds me of when I continuously completed one after another just in my Super Tips base and pencils. So yeah, I think we'll be seeing more of these books, and I got some new ones, and I'm excited to work in those as well. But I think on the off occasion, maybe I'll still do acrylic paint sometimes, or keep my Tome 3 book just for acrylic paint maybe, or I'll do what I do in my Animals Hatchet Heroes book. It's not a Disney one, but I tried acrylic painting just the background and then colored the rest in pencil, so maybe I'll do that. But yeah, for now I think I'm going to stick to doing my Super Tips base and Prismacolor pencils because I really enjoy it. This one was so much fun to do. Love how he looks. I'll show you the solution so we can compare. What page is it? 59. So here's the solution there, which it definitely looks a bit darker and not as bright as my one, which always seems to be the case a little bit, but it looks as similar as I could get it, and I love how it looks. So that's that page, and hopefully soon I will work on this. I closed my eyes and just chose a random page, and before choosing the page I decided if I was going to work on the left or the right. I said the right. So this page, page 90, is the page I'm going to do really soon, hopefully. So that is everything I coloured for June 2022. Thank you guys so much for sticking by me and for watching this video. I am hoping now that I'm better and not sick, I hope I don't get sick, and I just hope I can get through and do a lot of colouring and definitely do some more in these books, my Leroy Classics and my Res Mystères books. Yeah, I just have so much fun working in those. I love seeing them in everyone's videos. But yeah, that was everything I coloured. I am definitely loved all of these books I worked in. I had so much fun, and I hope you guys had a lot of fun colouring this month too. I really appreciate you guys stopping by and watching this video. If you did enjoy, please give the video a thumbs up, and for those of you who aren't, please feel free to subscribe to the channel so you can get notified when I post more videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye everyone!